What's going on, Stay Paid fam? My name is Ariel Thomas, otherwise known as Producer Ariel, and I'm here to let you know that we are running another podcast competition on our Instagram account. So you're going to want to head over to @StayPaidPodcast on Instagram. You'll see all of the details there. We're giving away a $100 Amazon gift card, as well as a free year of our digital marketing bundle. 64 automated touch points, all branded to you, email newsletter, social media content, everything you need to help keep you top of mind in 2021. So be sure to enter while you can. Our contest ends on February 7th, so you only have a couple days. Be sure to go over and do that now. I'll wait here. Feel free to pause the episode. We normally wouldn't recommend that, but we will for this. Be sure to head over, enter our contest, and without further ado, let's get started with today's podcast episode.
From ReminderMedia, this is Stay Paid, a sales and marketing podcast on a mission to help you close more deals and retain more business. Hosted by the VP of Marketing, Josh Stake, and ReminderMedia's president, Luke Acree. So get ready to hear the golden nuggets that will allow you to live a life of freedom tomorrow, but only if you take action today.
Welcome to a special super sexy silver dollar episode of Stay Paid. Ariel says, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Absolutely not.
This is our Valentine's Day episode.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're getting a little, feeling the love.
Yeah. We're getting a little sales appeal in here.
Little sales appeal. Luke had to get that title in. He was so excited.
I love that title.
We were talking about
I
titles
wanted
for this
to name
episode.
the episode that title, but they all disagreed.
Well, no, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up, so we are going to be talking about something near and dear to our heart, which is this idea of relationship marketing. So Valentine's Day, it's all about building the relationships with the people that you love and, your marketing.
What did our last Valentine's, did we do how sales is like dating?
How sales is like dating, yeah.
Which it is. It's so much like dating, which kind of plays into this relationship marketing.
Yeah, no, you have to court your prospects.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to come up with great one-liners to get them hooked.
Actually, the episode is, I think it was number 67. Yeah, episode 67, How Sales is Like Dating. So go back and listen to that one too. Yeah. But I believe, if I'm correct in my Stay Paid trivia, it was the first appearance of the jokes. I don't know if they were dad jokes. They were actually pickup lines. Yeah. And I think the first appearance of the Soundbox, which was YouTube on my phone. I pulled up a laugh track on YouTube.
Wild.
But no, today we're going to be talking about relationships. It's really the backbone of our company here at ReminderMedia. We believe that relationships are critical to your business's future success because when all the technologies in the world fail or fade or get replaced, the human connection will always be there. But what exactly is relationship-focused marketing? And more importantly, how can you apply it to your business?
One of the things I think also to think about is that you were mentioning, hey, relationships are always going to be there. The way I see it is like the guiding principle of your business is how do I build relationships with people? And obviously building a relationship's about giving to them, helping them, right? It's not about just taking. It's a two-way street. And then the mediums of distribution will change, right? So social will come onto the scene. Who knows what's going to happen totally with AI and virtual reality. And you got texting, you got email, you got print, you got events. All these things are just mediums of distribution under this principle of my business is about relationships.
Yeah.
And I think when you structure it that way, when you think about it that way, that's what helps people.
Yeah. Well, let's just set it up for what it is. Relationship marketing is a form of marketing that emphasizes customer retention and satisfaction rather than sales transactions. So just to kind of reiterate that, focuses on customer retention and satisfaction rather than chasing after the next sales transaction. It differentiates from other forms of marketing in that it recognizes the long-term value of customer relationships and extends communication beyond intrusive advertising and sales promotional messages. So we're not saying don't focus on the sales transaction. That would be insane.
Yeah.
This is a type of marketing that you can implement in your business that really focuses on your existing relationships. That you have.
And one of the things that also in sales, Ricky Carruth, I forget his episode, maybe Ariel, you can find it, but Ricky Carruth has the slogan, relationships over transactions.
Yep.
And one of the biggest weaknesses for salespeople is you get commission breath, which is you're so focused on the transaction that you end up damaging the relationship, which ends up means you might lose the immediate deal, but you definitely lose the long-term deal. And then what is it, 7 times more expensive? I can't remember the exact
stat. Anywhere, depending on your industry, 5 to 20 5 times more expensive to get a new customer than to retain an existing customer.
Right. So if you haven't focused on the relationship, you're actually losing in the long term, which is what businesses do all the time. They do it. They lose in the long term with their marketing because they're focused on the instant gratification. They lose in their sales transactions because they don't focus on the relationship.
No, all the stats back it up. A 5% increase in your customer retention can increase a company's profitability by 75%. That's Bain & Company put out that stat. A 2% increase in retention has the same effect as decreasing costs in your business by 10%.
That's crazy.
Existing customers are 50% more likely to try new products and spend 31% more with you than compared to a new customer.
You want to just, for an example of like just real estate.
Yep.
Like National Association of Real Estate Agents says the average person knows around 3 to 5 people, right? A year that are looking to move.
Mm-hmm.
If you just have 50 relationships, there's 250 potential opportunities out there for you. Now, you're not going to close them all, but let's just say you close 10% of them, right? The average agent is only closing 11 transactions, I think, a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just 50 people, if you actually treat them as a relationship and you actually, as we would say, you court them, you invest in them, you care about them, they can lead you. That's all you need to run your whole business.
Yeah.
Like in a way, in real estate, it's crazy the power of relationship marketing.
The majority of consumers, 92% of consumers, I think it is, will trust word of mouth or referral more than a company soliciting them.
Yeah.
So from a family or friend. So here's the real question then, kind of, we know why we need it. We know what the benefits are. How do you actually implement it? And so one of the things that we've kind of developed is this idea of we put it in this acronym called FIT. So get your marketing to be fit. The reason why I like the FIT acronym so much, I'll let you kind of go through what each of the points mean, is because it reminds me of what it takes to get physically fit, right? You have to be consistent. If you're going to the gym, you have to be consistent. You have to be having the right form in order to get the results that you want to see. And ultimately, you have to be able to see those results to stay motivated to continue going to the gym. And so that's where we build out this idea to build long-term relationships with your clients. You've got to get fit in your marketing as well.
Yeah. No, Josh is a genius at like acronyms. This is something like this principles that we teach is something we had been teaching for years, but we just couldn't refine the message to make it digestible and easy for people to apply. So we used to do webinars on this stuff. And then one day, like as I was talking, I changed I used to call it consistency versus frequency. And then when we went to this frequency, and I'll walk through the FIT acronym, you like came in that one time and you were just like, you know what if we called it
Got to get your marketing fit.
Yeah, you got to get your marketing fit. And we went to, I was like, yeah, that is perfect. So FIT stands for, and this is, if you want to drive referral business, if you want to drive repeat business, who doesn't, right? If you want to drive relationship marketing, these are the principles that your marketing system must apply. It doesn't matter if you use us as a company, any other company, like you must have a system that applies these principles. F stands for frequency. I stands for impact. T stands for trust. So let me give a little breakdown of each of them. And so you guys understand. So frequency is about how often you're in front of somebody.
Yeah.
So you want to be in front of people frequent. Why? Because in psychology, when you first meet somebody, you're uncomfortable with that person. Like if this is the first time you listening to our podcast, your trust level in Josh and I is not super high.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't trust us at all. It's just not super high. But if you know us and you keep coming back to the podcast because we're more frequently in front of you, if you see our advertisements other places, if you see our other content, that frequency of being in front of you builds familiarity, which ultimately breeds trust. It breeds comfortability. And the more comfortable you are with somebody, the more naturally you're going to use them.
I think the stat is like people have to hear something on average 7 times before they even consider whether to believe it or not.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like the amount of times that we have to hear the same thing. How many times has your parents said to you? I've said it to my children so many times. How many times have I told you to turn the light off in your bedroom? You just like, you've got to hear the same message over and over again. And we're the same way as consumers. We're the same way as adults. We're the same way in our relationships with the businesses that provide a service.
Like the example I always give on these webinars is I always go, think of like electric cars right now. And as you're driving in your car, listening to this, at the gym, listening to this, wherever you're listening to this, who's the name that pops into your mind when I say electric cars? And almost 99% of the people, every time I say this, think Tesla or Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And that is because Tesla and like Elon Musk has associated Tesla and himself as a brand so frequently with this category of electric cars. It doesn't matter. I don't even know what else Tesla does. In fact, do you know Tesla, probably a main driver of their stock and a main driver of their money is because they own the technology of these batteries, right? And there's so many other applications for the battery innovation that he's come up with. Yeah. But we are totally consumed with the electric cars
is the car,
because he's been frequently, right? He's tied himself there. But you can't, it's not just about like the amount of times you touch somebody. The word frequency, the reason why I changed to that versus just consistency, because it also talks that there's different mediums of communication. Yeah. Like radio stations have different frequency levels. You want to find the different frequency levels that you communicate with people on. So you want to be holistic. You want to be in their inbox, on their coffee table, seeing them out and about, meeting them face to face. There's so many different frequency levels you can communicate on, and you want to find the frequency levels that resonate with your client base. Yeah. So if you're communicating through the right channels and you're doing it frequent enough, you also have to have the I, which is impact. So most businesses get the consistency down, the frequency down. They are frequently in front of people. But the problem is they do it with just transactional information. So this is the relationship marketing. So most people, they just spam you. They just literally go, I'm in business. Look at me. Look at my accolades.
Look what else I have to offer.
Correct.
Buy this now.
And what do you do with the postcards you get, with the emails you get that are just promos, just about the company? You do what all of us consumers do. If it doesn't hit you at the exact right time, where that promo is big enough, it resonates with you, it's on your mind, you toss it. Yep. I call this lottery marketing. Yeah. You're playing the lottery, you're blasting stuff out. If you actually implement impact, which is, hey, let me actually think of the context of the person I'm talking to. What is impactful to them? That's going to build what I call is like mind share. Yeah. So the more impactful you can be, which really is the more relevant you can be. It's
personalization, it's relevant, and it's quality. Yep. I think are like the three biggest things that
that's what gets people to hang on to it.
Impact.
Yes, correct. So impact leads to really the memorability, and the memorability is what's going to make the difference in people actually remembering you. They might know, like, and trust you, but if they don't remember you, it doesn't matter. Impact is really the key to getting people to remember you. Yeah. So and I've talked about things like the Ford method before, knowing their family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Those are all little tangible hacks that you can put into your database with your relationship marketing to make sure you can create impact.
And these don't have to be huge things. They can be, right? They don't have to be huge things. I just kind of was reminded, I was listening to our friend Sean Carpenter, give him another shout out. We tend to shout him out a lot. But he was on Grant Wise's podcast recently, which has also been on the show here. And one of the things he said that really like clicked with me, I was like, oh my gosh, I never even thought of that. He loves working with beer drinking sports fans, like who love to have fun, right? Who have a good sense of humor. Like that's kind of his ideal client. And one of the ways that he connects and makes people remember him is through the Florida Gators. He's a huge Florida Gators fan. And I've gotten to the point when I see the Florida Gators, I think of Sean Karp. And I didn't even realize I was doing it until he said it on that podcast that he does that on purpose. Yeah. So in his Zoom calls, on his Facebook Lives, on his Instagram and everything, you're going to see the Florida Gator logo.
It's powerful.
And what's that going to do? It's going to make the people who are sports fans out there in his world remember who he is, connect that with him, and then ultimately they're the people that he wants to end up working with.
Yep. I think another thing with impact that's really key is, what is the problem you're solving for your clients? What is the value that you're offering to them? And not just the value that you're trying to take away. So if you're a real estate agent, you're doing a get your free home analysis, right? Your comparative market analysis, because you want to generate leads, right? But if you can switch the mindset and go, what is it that my clients want to receive versus what I want to receive? It will help you in your marketing and put you in context. The last piece is trust. Most important in the essence of getting business. If you're frequently with people, you create impact, you're going to have a bunch of best friends. But you need people to buy from you, right? You don't.
Best friends don't pay the bills.
Yeah, correct. So you need people to buy from you.
They might let you sleep on the couch, but they're not going to pay the bills.
So how do you build trust? You want to be the business of trust, right? Yes, you want to be trustworthy from an integrity standpoint, quality standpoint, all this stuff. But this is about being the business of trust. I frame it up this way. You want to be the SME of your industry, the subject matter expert. Mm-hmm. So if I equate it to financial investing, right, or assets, and how someone does that, if I want to be known in this community where I'm at in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, in my sphere, that Luke of all people is the subject matter expert on financial investing, on retirement, whatever it is that I do from that category of financial professionals. I want people, when they think, how do I invest for my 401k? I want them to think of me. I want people, when they think life insurance and what do I do to protect myself and my family? I want them to think of me. So how do you do that? I think there's three easy, tangible ways to do it. One is, you can do this by showing your accolades. So, how long have you been a marketer, Josh?
18 years.
18 years. How many clients have you worked with?
Almost 100,000.
Almost 100,000. Those are accolades. No, maybe they're not huge accolades, right? In the sense of 18 years, that's just your years in the business. It still builds credibility. You're not the kid that invented this in your mom's basement yesterday.
Right.
But then here's another one. Like, how many times have you been on the Inc. 5000 for the company?
4 times.
4 times. Fastest growing company 4 times. So these are all accolades that when you hear them, your trust as Josh, a marketer, grows because you're like, wow, he's been at it 18 years. He's worked with almost 100,000 small businesses. He's been on the Inc. 5000 4 years in a row.
Man, I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Yeah. The trust in Josh as a subject matter expert in his industry is rising.
Yeah.
But this is limited because eventually it borderlines on just bragging and people don't care, right? So
well, these are what I would call trust signals. So these are things that you can put out there in your bio, put out there on your website as things that just, and especially once you associate yourself with a brand, this is why we use Facebook reviews on our website. The minute that you associate yourself with a bigger brand or a big brand like a Facebook, people automatically go, oh, if you have reviews on Google, if you're a financial advisor or a real estate agent, you got people reviewing you on Google, put that Google logo on your website because that's going to make people go, oh, this person's kind of a big deal. They're on Google.
Yeah, you get
everybody's on Google. But it's still the point that you're associating with that, and that's where that trust signal comes into play. Yeah.
The association effect is so powerful. And then the second tangible is people care more about what your clients say about you than what you say about you, which is what we've all heard before. So how do you showcase that? You can showcase it through client testimonials. You can showcase it through case studies, things that showcase, hey, this is not, don't take my word for it. Take a third party's opinion for it. And then last, which I think is the most powerful, is through education. Right. And the education side is going, look, you don't want to just blast people all day long with financial education in my example that I'm giving, but you want to make sure you pepper in financial education content because you want people to constantly see, and it's helpful content. It's not selling, it's helping. So you want to give them content of value that's about what is the common mistake with your 401k? What do you need to do to invest in the stock market? All these different things that would add value. Then people will naturally, if they see it enough, will start trusting, yeah, man, Luke knows all about this because he posts about it all the time. If you do this FIT acronym correctly, like frequency, impact, trust, it will build this trifecta coming together to where people, if they think of you, they know you, they like you, they trust you, they remember you.
Yeah.
And that's what results in referral and repeat business.
There you go.
Yep.
Relationship marketing in a nutshell.
Correct.
Summed up in 15 minutes and 58 seconds. Thank you for listening to this super sexy Stay Paid episode. Hope everyone has a wonderful Valentine's Day. It's going to be a weird Valentine's Day. There's not going to be a lot of eating out and, romantic dinners maybe.
I don't know.
Cooking in.
Hopefully still romantic, but maybe not eating out.
So if you want to apply relationship marketing in your business, make sure that you're focused on that FIT marketing acronym: frequency, impact, and trust. Thank you so much for listening. Head on over to staypaidpodcast.com for the show notes and the video of this episode. If you want to check out our original Valentine's Day episode, How Sales is Like Dating, that's episode 67. You can get that on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or the website, staypaidpodcast.com. We're going to do some callbacks to the jokes that were on that episode. Let's see if you remember the answers.
Yeah, I probably don't.
How did the phone propose to his girlfriend?
Gave her a ring.
He gave her a ring.
I actually did not remember that, but it's pretty obvious.
Let's see if you can remember your, well, you didn't get it the first time, 2 years ago. So I think I've been refining your joke skills.
Yeah, I think so.
Over the years. This is one that you use. Let's see if you can get it. Are you a parking ticket? Because you've gotten fine written all over you.
That one should. I kept wanting to say because I'm checking you out, but I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. What is it?
Thank you so much for listening. We have a ton of great printables that you can use this Valentine's Day. We've got like 5 really unique printables that you can use to print out. Hand them to your clients. Leave them in mailboxes if you're kind of social distancing. Leave them on the doorstep there. ReminderMedia.com/love. We're going to link to a candy heart greeting cards. We've got Heart of My Business Valentine's Day cards you can attach an item of value to. We made a new one this year that says referrals make my business pop. You can attach Pop Rocks, Pop Tarts.
That's awesome.
Popcorn. Any special treat for Valentine's Day, you can post to that. So ReminderMedia.com/love to get those. And if you're interested in supporting the show, there's only 2 ways we ask you to do that. First is to head on over to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review. Make sure to leave a comment along with that to let us know how we're doing. We will read your review on the show. And the best way is to tell a friend about the podcast. If you want to get hold of me or Luke, you can follow us on Instagram. I am on the Stay Paid Podcast Instagram. So at Stay Paid Podcast, Ariel's also on there with me. So we will be getting back to anything that you have, any questions you have for us there. We also would love to hear what questions do you want from Luke and I to answer. Yeah. So whether it's a show topic or we do these Double Take Tuesdays where we just kind of each give our take on something, we would love to hear what you want to know from us because we want to provide value in this as well. Yeah, we want to apply FIT to this podcast. Frequent comes out twice a week. Impact. Sometimes it's great.
Sometimes it's not.
Trust the value that we can provide. And then you can follow Luke on Instagram. He is at Luke Acree. For this episode of Stay Paid, I'm Joshua Stike.
Guys, I'm Luke Acree. And here's the action item I will give you. So you want to apply the FIT acronym, but I think a tangible hack that all of you can do is for the impact piece, apply the Ford method to your database. So it's a simple exercise. Look at your database. If it's in an Excel doc, in a CRM, however you have it, go through each of your people. If you have a huge database, choose your advocates and ask yourself, do I know the Ford method on these people? Do I know about their family? Do I know about their occupation? What do they do for work? Do I know about their recreation? Like, what are they into? What are their hobbies? And then do I know about their dreams? What do they want to obtain? You're such a huge part of helping people obtain their dreams. If you work in the financial profession, if you work in the real estate profession, the insurance profession. So you're a huge part of helping people achieve what they want. When you know these pillars about somebody, you're able to create more impact with them, right? You're able to reach out to them consistently, frequently with a video text message based upon their interests, based upon what's going on in their family. You're able to build trust because you know their dreams and you're able to give them educational content to help them achieve that dream that they have. So practice that. Remember this, the difference between a top producer and a mediocre producer in every single industry is top producers take action. Take action on that today.